Welcome. So today I'm going to take you on a meditative journey. And it's not going to be a meditation in the traditional sense, as I'm not really going to be asking you to do anything. In fact, it's going to be a non-doing. But I will ask you to sit quietly, comfortably, with your eyes closed. Now I will be giving some pointers and asking some questions, but these are not questions for the mind to answer, and we're not looking for an answer to these questions in words. We're looking for something much more direct, something felt. And so if we can bring ourselves to the present moment, into the here and now, and we can do this by observing the breath. The breath is a bridge between the inner and outer worlds. And we can observe the breath at the nose, where the air enters and exits the body. Or we can observe the rising and falling of the chest or the belly. And so if we spend a few moments observing the breath and notice that we're not changing the breath, we're simply observing it. Is it fast or slow? Is it deep or shallow? Is it rhythmic or ragged? And now you may find, as we sink deeper into the present moment, that the breath naturally becomes slower, deeper, and more rhythmic. And you don't have to do anything to achieve this. And so we're going to start by seeing if we can find a sense of I in this body. Can you find a location in the body where this sense of I resides, where this sense of me is? And so this body started out as a single cell in an egg in your mother's womb. That cell divided and divided and divided and divided until a fully formed human baby emerged some 9 months later. And then over the next 20 or so years, the body would grow into an adult form. And there's a good argument that there's not much of the body existing at the age of 21 that was present when the body was born. Cells have various lifespans from hours to days to weeks. And indeed some cells, some heart cells, some neurons, have been present for your whole life. So you might say that the sense of I could be located in these unchanging cells of the body. But people can undergo heart transplants, and people can be born or for other reasons, have parts of the brain missing or removed, but the sense of I is not diminished. And as well, people can have body parts amputated or born with parts missing, but they still have a full conscious experience of I. And we can look at this another way too. We quite often say that we have a body. I have a hand, I have a foot, I have a liver, I have a heart, I have a brain. And now you can't be something that you have. I have a car, I have a house, I have a pet cat, I have a chair, I have a cup. And I can't be any of these things. I can only have something that I can stand apart from, that I can observe. And we can observe the body at many different levels or scales. We can observe the outer body, we can look in the mirror. We can observe the inner state of the body, the temperature, how it feels. You may be able to feel your heartbeat. And so we should be able to convince ourselves that I am not this body. There is not a part of this body where I can find the sense of I or me. And that includes the brain. So you might say, well, the sense of I is in the mind. So we can look at what actually is the mind. The mind is like software running on a wetware brain. But the mind is really something more conceptual. It's a collection of processes, its thoughts, its beliefs, its memory, its imagination. It's a thinker. But in none of these can we find a sense of I. I can't be a thought. I can't be a belief. And even if you look within your memories, all you find are like recorded clips of events. And there's no sense of I in those. There's no me in there. We can imagine a sense of I. We can imagine a me, but that can't be what we are. You may feel that you've had this sense of I from as far back as you can remember until now, and that it's never changed. It's that same feeling of I when I say I am. That's the same sense of I that I had when I was maybe 5 years old or younger, when I was 10 years old, 15, 20, 30, up until your present age. The body has been ever-changing. The mind has ever-changing. You've changed your beliefs, your opinions, your tastes, your reactions to emotions, to feelings. But this sense of I has never changed. So can you find where this sense of I is? You can say, I am aware. I'm aware of what goes on in the mind. I'm aware of my thoughts. I'm aware of my body. I'm aware of my environment. But where is this I? It's somehow before the mind, because we can come back to the premise that we cannot be something that we have. We have a mind. We have thoughts. We have an imagination. We have memories. We can't be any of these things. The mind also contains a witnessing aspect that sees what goes on in the mind, that sees our perceptions, that sees our feelings and emotions. But again, we have this witnessing aspect of the mind. So it's somehow before that. It's a micro step back. To a sense of being aware, a sense of existing, the sense of I. You might find yourself very still, very quiet, and it's in this stillness that we can come into contact with this sense of I. I know this is not something we can see. The mind is only able to see the changing, and this sense of I, this awareness, doesn't change. It's never changed, in fact, and has existed before your birth and will exist long after your death. It's ever present. It's timeless. It is this present moment. It is the stillness you feel. It is love. And some may say God. And it's here now. It's always here. It's always now. Maybe you have a busy, chaotic mind at the moment. Maybe the mind is doing somersaults. But I ask you not to engage with the mind. Allow it to do its somersaults. Allow it to go crazy. Just watch, just observe. And you'll notice these thoughts arise and fall away. Where do they come from? Are they really your thoughts? Or do they just appear in the mind and fall away or dissolve? The mind may be throwing up memories. It may be generating feelings and emotions. It may be creating concepts or ideas, spinning stories. But this is what the mind does. The simple act of observing it allows us to quieten the mind, or rather allows the mind to slowly wind down until at some point it becomes still. We've worked the mind, we've wound it up from when we were very young until maybe today. But if you stop winding it, if you stop engaging with it, stop playing its games, it will wind down just like a clockwork toy. Eventually, the winding mechanism will fully unwind and the toy will come to a stop. There is a question you can ask yourself. You can ask, I wonder what my next thought will be. This question is kind of magic, because you'll find that there's no response to that question. The mind has no idea what the next thought will be, because thoughts don't come from the mind. And so I will leave you with the question, who or what am I? If I am not this body, and I am not this mind, what am I? And we'll leave that question to percolate through the mind and soak deep into the body. Thank you.